In this video, we will try to understand how with the help of Salesforce Hosted MCP Server, we can integrate with the Claude, and how with the Claude, we can fetch the records from the Salesforce and also perform the DML operations on the Salesforce records as well. We do all those things with the help of the MCP. In my Agentforce Masterclass course, which is already available on the Udemy, I have already explained in detail what is MCP and what is Salesforce DX MCP server as well. But let me give a quick revision what the MCP is. So MCP is nothing but an open source standard for connecting the AI applications to the external system. It's a very simple thing, right? Using which you can connect your AI applications to the external system. Why we are doing it? Because we can enable our external AI agent like the cursor or the Claude. They can securely connect with the Salesforce data. They can execute the logic within the Salesforce security parameter as well as respect the governance policies as well. To enable this, Salesforce have provided the list of MCP servers so that any external AI agent can interact with the Salesforce data and perform the automations as well. In today's video, we will be connecting one of the external AI agent like the Claude to access the Salesforce data. I will walk you through the steps one after the other that needs to be done whenever you have to go and perform this kind of an integration. The very first step to do this integration is we have to navigate to the setup menu and we have to go and create the external client app. So for that, I'm navigating to the app manager, and here we do have an option to go and create the new external client app. This is where you can go and provide the details of the client app. So here, let's say I am putting the details as MCP client app for Claude. We can go and put the email address, right? Contact number, info URL, all those things you can go and add basic details. But this is where you have to go and enable the OAuth. After enabling the OAuth, you have to go and put the callback URL. In the Salesforce documentation, they have already provided the detail how the callback URL should be look like. So let me get that callback URL from the documentation. So here if I navigate, here we do have the callback URL. So I'm copying this callback URL and putting up here, right? Next, we have to go and enable the specific OAuth scope. So here I will be enabling the OAuth scope. For example, refresh token and the offline access. And the second one here is the MCP API as well. So let me navigate and I'll be selecting here the MCP API. And these two auth scopes that needs to be selected. If I further scroll down, here I will go and uncheck all those different things and only keep the required proof key for the code exchange, right? And then I'll also be checking here the JWT based access token as well. These are the only two flags needs to be checked while creating the external client app, and then click on the create button. Again, when you go and create the external client app, the Salesforce do provide you the consumer key and the consumer secret. You have to go and capture this consumer key and the secret because we need those details in the upcoming section. So here I will be navigating and putting my consumer key and the uh, consumer secret detail. Now moving to the next step that we have to do is we have to go and check few of the settings in the Salesforce whether those are enabled or not. So the first thing here is we have to go and check whether the PKCE extension is available or not. So for that, here I will be navigating to the OAuth and OpenID Connect setting. You have to make sure that this particular thing required PKC code exchange extension for the supported authorization flow, this must be enabled. This is the first thing that you have to go and perform. And the next thing that you have to do here is you have to go and enable the MCP servers. So Salesforce have provided few of the MCP servers that you can use, and in the upcoming video we will see how we can also go and create our own MCP servers as well. So as of now, here you can see no MCP servers are available in the catalog. So let me go and refresh this. And if still it is not coming up, sorry, let's navigate to the Salesforce server, and this is where you can see the MCP servers that Salesforce have provided. Let me go and refresh it. So this is the list, but as of now, this is inactive. If we have to go and use it, we have to go and activate it. But before we go that, let me show you a few more things in the MCP server. So for example, for my use case, I will be using the S-object all MCP server, and there are other MCP servers as well. Again, where you can go and educate yourself with all those MCP server. Again, you can follow the similar kind of documentation. Here, if I take you under the reference, Salesforce have given the details of the different MCP servers that they have exposed, right? So here I will be using the S object all. So here you can navigate to the S object all and try to understand what this particular MCP server will do. Again, this MCP server is responsible to cover the create, read, update, delete, query, search, and the relationship traversal operations here. Again, to get the job done under this MCP server, you will see that there are few tools that Salesforce have provided, like the get related record, get view record, all those different tools has been provided here. And you can see the kind of a schema that has been provided with that particular tool. You do not have to do anything here, right? You can also check out the prompt that Salesforce have provided out of the box along with this MCP server, right? So there are in total 9 tools and the 2 prompts are available here. And this is the standard MCP server. Let's go and activate this MCP server so that we can go and use it from the cloud. This is the another thing that needs to be done. So my job at the Salesforce has been done. Now what I have to do here is I have to work on the cloud to do the integration now. So I will be navigating to the cloud. Here I am using the free plan. I'm not using any paid plan here. So you have to navigate to your account once you go and sign up. And as of today, there is no credit card required for the signing up of the cloud. So you can navigate to the cloud and you can navigate to the settings. Once you navigate to the setting, here you do have an option of a connector, right? So okay, they said that custom connectors has been moved to the customized section. So let's navigate to the customized, and here you can see the option of the connector. Now, if you go and click on the plus button, here you do have 2 options. You can browse out of the box connector or you can add your own connector as well. So here I will be adding my own connector. Now here you have to go and give the name of the connector. So here I'll be giving the name of the connector as TJWA Udemy org, and you have to go and put the remote site MCP server URL. Again, the place where you can get the URL from the documentation. Again, if you go to the S object all, this is the place where you can see the URL for the production as well as the URL for the scratch org. So based on which particular org that you will be connecting, you can use that particular URL. In my scenario, I will be connecting with the production. So I'm copying here the production URL and then pasting it here. Then if I go and expand the advanced settings section, this is the place where I have to go and put the client ID and the client secret for the external app that I have created. So I will be navigating to my org and I will be copying the consumer key that I will be putting up here. And then I will also be copying the consumer secret key as well and putting the same here as well. And then clicking on the add button. Let's go and connect it. I can go here and click on the connect button. The system will ask me for the access based on the scopes that I have defined. So here I'll be clicking on the allow button. So now I have configured my Claude to get connected with the Salesforce with the help of the MCP server. And here you can see these are the different same 9 tools that I have shown you there will be available here. Here you can go and configure whether the approval should be required or you always want to give an access. So based on your preference, you can go and extend it. But for example, you want to stop the particular operation from this tool. For example, you don't want the S object record should be created from the Claude. You can also go and block that particular tool as well. So definitely you can explore more about this tool from the Salesforce documentation, and based on your use case, you can take an action of always allow, approval required, or you can completely go and block that as well. Now, as we have configured the connectors, let's go and test it out whether it is working as expected or not. So here I'll be navigating to the new chart, and here I'll be clicking on the plus button, and from here I will be selecting my uh, TJWA Udemy org, based on which I want to go and run the query. So here I'll be putting my prompt here is, can you please fetch all my accounts from Salesforce org. And what the system will do now, system will go and look for the tools that has been available. Because I have selected an option for asking for an approval, here the system will ask me for the approval. Here let's say I am giving an option of always allow, and you can see that at the back end the system is executing the SOQL query, and then here it is fetching the complete details of all the account. So in my org, I do have the different list of account. Let me navigate here and show you the accounts. So I do have these different accounts available here. Now the expectation here is all these 13 accounts should be available in my uh, here you can see all those 13 accounts has been available in my Claude, and here I am getting the kind of a view as well for all those 13 accounts. Again, Claude have done some smart work. It have also added few of the key elements. For example, how many industries data I do have, how many are the channel customers, how many of them are direct customers. All those details are available here in the form of tabular. Right? Again, few additional insights I'm getting out of the box from the Claude, because now the Claude have access of all the data. Definitely it can perform the multiple operations from here. Let me show you one more thing here. For example, let me ask him to go and fetch the opportunities. So let me check which particular account to have the opportunities. So do this particular account have any opportunities? No. Okay, but this particular one do have the cases. So let me ask the follow-up question to the Claude. Can you fetch the cases for the account? And here I am giving the account name, that is the United Oil and Gas Singapore. Right? I want the Claude should go and fetch those details. Again, it is asking me for the approval. This time you can see the another tool is getting executed, that is the get related record. And this time the system will go and fetch the cases for this particular record. I hope you got an idea how we are integrating the Claude with the Salesforce. Now in the next video, I will walk you through how you can go and create your own custom MCP tools as well. For example, you have your flows, Apex classes, Aura enabled classes, invocable method, how you can expose all the things that you have built on the platform so that Claude can go and invoke that as well. And here you can see we are getting the kind of a related data. Right, found 3 cases, all these details are available, properly written. Right, I'm getting the kind of a summary of all those cases as well. So this is how you can always leverage the Claude whenever you want to go and work with your CRM.